Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Nidhi. Happy New Year, and in my today's video, I'm going to talk something very dear to all of us, our sleep. So today in my this video, I'm going to tell something related to sleep, that's sleep hygiene. But before I tell you about sleep hygiene, let us count upon the advantages that a sleep can make. A right amount of sleep can make to a body. Our sleep is the most important thing for our physical and mental health. Sleep helps in improving our productivity and quality of life. Yes, it improves the quality of life as well. So physically, when we are sleeping, our body gets healed up because whatever wear and tear are there in the body during the daytime, they get healed up or they get repaired during the night sleep. And the second thing is that it really helps in boosting our metabolism. Our immunity gets strengthened, and we really prevent having diseases like diabetes, arthritis, and heart ailments, kidney problems. All these things, depression, all these things are the result of poor sleep, or disturbed sleep. So we all can get rid of these things. I mean, to an extent, we all can get rid of all these things if we are having the right amount of sleep and on the right time every day. Even if you are working in shift, or if you have a jet lag, or maybe you have a problem of insomnia, then also it can get cured up to an extent if you improve upon your sleeping habits. So, uh, I'm in my today's video, I will tell you that what is sleep hygiene, and that is what I believe that you will be able to practice it now from now onwards in your day-to-day life. So, sleep hygiene means that having both a bedroom environment and a daily routine that promote consistent and uninterrupted sleep. So, your both bedroom and your daily routine should have such activities that help you to have a consistent and undisturbed sleep during the night time. So, you definitely, with inculcating healthy sleeping habits, you can really make a difference in your between the restlessness and the restful slumber. So, a good thing is that good sleep is under your control. Then you might think you don't have to take any medicine in that case if you're maintaining good sleeping habits. So, let us start from our bedroom, the place where we sleep. So, what are the things that you should take care in your bedroom before sleep? First of all, that your bedroom should be clean, comfortable, temperature, or the temperature should be maintained. It should neither be too cold nor too hot. Then it should be quiet, it should be dark. And if it is not quiet, you can always use earplugs to sleep, or you can have a white noise application. It's an instrument that comes that you can use. Or when it's little you're not able to make it dark, you can always use an eye mask for it. So your bedroom should be properly covered and cleaned. Then the second thing is that you should have the mattresses and the pillows that are comfortable to you on the bed. So they should not be too soft, they should not be too hard, that take care of all those things as well. So once your bedroom is comfortable, once you are happy while entering in your bedroom, automatically your brain will start reinforcing you that it's time for us to go to sleep, because we have come to the room where I am feeling really happy and relaxed. So the second thing that comes now is that you should always set a pre-sleep routine for yourself. Pre-sleep routine means that before going to sleep, you must be doing certain things that are that are your daily habits, like brushing your teeth, maybe then changing your night dress, And also maybe you are doing some relaxation exercises, light stretching, or reading a book, or maybe listening to soft music or something like that. So set a pre-sleep routine, budget a time of at least 30 minutes before going to bed for all these things, so that your mind gets reinforced that it is time for me to sleep now. When I have started doing all these activities, changing my night dress, and then brushing my teeth, and now I listen to music. So if I'm listening to music now, it's time for me to go to bed now and to sleep. So keep at least a budget of 30 minutes for yourself that can help you to induce yourself for sleeping. The third most important thing is that you have to unplug yourself from all the electronics. Now have developed a habit of keeping our electronics, like our mobile, our laptops, our tablets, near us. So the moment that blue light notification comes, we are tempted to see it. So it will be great if you can just keep them a distant apart from you, because whenever this notification comes, it acts as a mental stimulator to wake you. So please shut them off. Keep them at a distance. Only emergency calls can come if required, and maintain a distance. That will be great if you can do. Now, even after doing all these things, you are on your bed and you're not able to sleep for 20 minutes. From last 20 minutes you are on your bed, you've done your pre-sleep routine, you have done everything before that, but still from last 20 minutes you're not able to sleep. Then don't toss and turn in your bed. It is better that you get up from the bed and do something which can make you again fall asleep. Maybe you can do some little stretching, but remember that all the lights should be little dim, so that you can feel more calming. You can maybe read a book, or you can do something, but get up from your bed and do something instead of just turning in your bed from here and there. So these are the things that you can follow in your bedroom before going to actually to the bed. So this is one part of sleep hygiene. Now the second part is that how you can cultivate certain habits in your daily routine, so that you feel really tired before going to bed. So the following daily habits can really help you to have a disturbance free sleep. So the following habits could be like, you should always take some sunlight. Light sunlight is really important. The daytime you should always expose yourself to little sun, so that your body gets sufficient amount of vitamins and you don't feel restless while going to sleep. Usually people complain that they have restless feeling in their legs. So it is important that you should take a slight of sunlight in the daytime, the first thing. Then the second thing is that yes, you should include some physical activity in the daytime. That will really help you. Some regular exercises, maybe 5 to 10 minutes of exercise or something even more, they should be part of your daily routine. The third thing is that yes, you should reduce your intake of alcohol or smoke, or consumption of any caffeine in the daytime. Everything should not be taken in a lot of quantities. There should be maybe 2 to 3 cups of coffee or tea, or maybe if you are if you want to take alcohol, so it should be little of it, not too much of it. So you have to reduce the intake of whatever quantity you're taking. Just reduce it to 1/4 of it. That will be great. The third important thing is that you should avoid taking heavy meals or fried meals and spicy meals late in the night. It is always advised that you should take lighter meals in night time so that you can sleep. Your digestion is better. You don't feel acidic when you sleep because those heavy and fried meals really takes time to digest. And you should take your meals at least 2 to 3 hours before your sleeping time. So like around 7 you can take something, and then you sleep around 10 o'clock. Then the most important thing that I would like to say over here is that you should reduce your in-bed activity as well. Reducing or restrict rather your in-bed activity. That means that use your bed only for sleeping at night. Instead of using it in the daytime, use it only during the night time. Prefer to use it. If you can't make it, then at least you can try that you reduce the activities, but it should be actually restricted, I will say. Because a link between your sleep and mind should be there. Whenever you are on bed, it means that you are there for sleeping. So if the whole day you are sitting on the bed, then your mind doesn't get that push that it's time for me to sleep, because everything is done on the bed. So try to use your bed only for sleeping purpose. So the next thing is that try to stick as closely as possible to your weekend routines. Usually on weekends, we prefer to wake up late and we prefer to be more on bed. So please try and follow the morning wake up routine in the same way as you're following on the in the weekends. As you're doing on the weekdays, follow that routine only on the weekends as well, because that will really help you to maintain it. Because usually people complain of morning blues or Monday blues. When the weekend gets over, they always say that this is Monday blues. Was not able to get up in the morning because it was like a lighter Sunday I had. But try to maintain that routine, that you don't wake up too late even on the weekends. So if you will stick to all of them, you are really maintaining a hygiene in your sleep, because sleep hygiene is very important. And sleep hygiene, I'm again telling you, it's incorporating your bedroom environment as well as your daily routine activities, because both of them, if are in close, they can bring you a good sleep. A good sleep is something that can really make you a happy and healthy person. So if you stick with all these things, then there are chances of achieving a more restful sleep, and you will be more active. Because whenever we don't sleep properly, we feel low in energy, we feel lethargic, we feel irritable. But maintaining this a sleep hygiene in our day-to-day life will really make us more productive, happy, healthy, and will really make us more energetic as well. So I'm sure you're going to try few of them, and we'll see you in my next video. Till then, take care and bye-bye.